Alright, good evening ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to TeamVLR.com. Tonight the 360 non-wing sprint car series penultimate round heads to the USA International Speedway, the longest dirt track here on the surface, 3/4 of a mile, 0.75. My name is Brett Wheeler. Joining me tonight is Howard Weaver, and also on the cameras is Howard. Howard, good evening, how are you?
I'm pretty good now that I got to the track, and got out of the helicopter and got behind the camera.
Rough, must be hard, flying, having your own private helicopter here just to make it to the track in time. Must have been a bit of a long ride from Nashville, Tennessee.
It was only about an hour on the plane, so not too bad, I guess. But VLR furnishes some nice stuff for me.
Alright, so coming off the birthday bash last night at Limerland in the Pro Late Models. Now we turn our attention to the non-wing sprint cars. Looking at qualifying right now. We're in fact just finishing up qualifying. It's Anthony Lopresto who sets quick time here this evening. We're going to have just the two heat races here, so we got 19 cars in the pit entrance for this evening. And well, we got quite a stacked heat in heat number 1. Heat number 2 is fairly stacked as well, but heat number 1 on the pole is going to be the 57 of Anthony Lopresto. To his outside, it's the 15 of John Batista. Inside row number 2, it's Alex Bergeron. To his outside, it's the 6 of Adam Elby. At a position 5, it's the 8 of James Edens. To his outside, at a position 6, it's 005 of Braden Eiler. At a position 7, Cole Newhafen. In car number 10, Nathan Davis starts 8th in car number 36. And a 9th is going to be Keith Steele, and Josh Helms in car 7 starts out of position 10. And you look at the first 8 guys, Howard, I mean, any one of these guys are putting their car in victory lane. I mean, this just goes to show the level of competition once again is always stout when it comes to the VLR non-wing 360 sprint car series.
Yeah, it's going to be another great show. I'm interested to see USA. This is definitely the biggest track on the dirt side of things, and I've never seen these cars run here. So it's going to be kind of interesting to me with these long sweeping corners, how these non-wing cars kind of handle through that, especially as the track gets slicker. I think there's going to be maybe a little bit more carnage than usual, but I really don't know what to expect, but I'm looking forward to it, especially with these long straightaways and the sweeping corners here.
Alright, so we'll do 2 laps behind the iRacing official pace truck. The Ford Mustang broke down after a couple of weeks on the track, so let's head to VLR, getting the car serviced. So they've brought the pace truck out tonight here at USA, and it's I really don't know what to expect, to be honest with you. I mean, at this racetrack, I mean, all you can do is look at the guys in the second heat. You got the likes of the other Simmerman brothers. You got David Harlow and Britton Roxby, Trevor Royer, Skylar Brown, who was fairly impressive after taking such a hiatus. Comes back and runs up the front straight away in these in the VLR non-wings.
Yeah, he was impressive last week, and I believe he ended up finishing 2nd or 3rd after all that. So it's good to see him back here, and interested to see how he does at USA with maybe a little bit more practice under his belt. So it should be a good heat race, and it should give the Heat 2 guys a little bit of something to expect for their heat race.
Yeah, these guys are going to have to be off the throttle, especially 3/4 to. I'm going to say it's about 3/4 down the back straightaway, because with these tight little corners, it's almost like a little bit of a Martinsville track. Top 3 to tonight's dash. Green flag, 8 laps on the board, and we are underway here at USA. Already a couple of cars into the wall. We've got Braden Eiler into the wall in the 005, and also John Batista as well, so the 2 teammates. Well, they overdrove it into turns 1 and 2.
At the same exact time and the same exact way. I mean, that's kind of what I was talking about whenever I said I figured there'd be a little more chaos than usual, because that high line here is really tricky, even with the cushion build up, and right there it was just not built up at all, and they both went in there a little bit too hard on the first lap and paid for it. So yeah, we'll see if anyone else is brave enough to venture up there this early.
Alright, so coming to 2 laps complete here in the opening heat race of the night. Anthony Lopresto is your race leader. You go back to the 12 of Alex Bergeron closing in on your race leader now for turn number 2. Cole Newhoffen in 3rd. 4th is going to be James Edens. Let's see, Edens back in a race car here in the non-wing sprint car series. He rides in that 4th spot on the racetrack at the moment, but Lopresto just clearing away a little bit there on the previous lap from Alex Bergeron. Down into 1 and 2 we go. Lap number 4. These drivers, they're turning lap times in the mid 21 second bracket, so just goes to show you how long this racetrack is. And you know, you've got a long time. You have to think about how you want to enter the corner.
Yeah, for sure. And Bergeron, he's typically been really strong at USA and the winged sprint cars, so I expect him to get better and better throughout the race tonight. And by the end, he'll probably be challenging for the win if he can keep it on all fours. But yeah, this track is definitely only going to get slicker, and it's going to get more and more challenging. So you're really going to see who's got the best setup and who can keep it off the wall long enough to hang on and win here tonight. But right now they're pretty spread out in Heat 1, so if things stay like this, it should be a pretty safe race the rest of the way.
Alright, coming to 2 to go. This time by for your race leader, Anthony Lopresto. In the Lopresto Racing UW Motorsports Wicked Cushion, car number 57. Bergeron still in 2nd. Newhoffen in 3rd. 4th is still James Edens. Adam Elby rounds out the top 5. Now a reminder, top 3 go into tonight's redraw for tonight's dash. So coming to the white flag, and Lopresto, well, he's going to have the first choice of a number in tonight's Trophy Dash redraw. If you can hang on just for 2 more turns out of, as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straight away for the final time in heat race number 1. Unfortunately, it's been an uneventful night here at USA so far, but track starting to widen out just a little bit. The bottom side starting to get a little bit slicker. Anthony Lopresto gets the win. Alex Bergeron home in 2nd. 3rd is going to be Cole Newhoffen. We'll speak to those 3 drivers after heat race number 2. James Edens home in 4th. Adam Elby comes home in 5th. Nathan Davis in 6th. John Batista 7th. 8th went to Braden Eiler, Keith Steele, and Josh Helms, who I don't even think is in the server. No, he's not, so he's a non-participant here this evening. But Heat 1 wrapped up. Heat number 2.
Yeah, we're just getting started for now, but I think as that track gets slicker, the A main here may be one of the most exciting races of the season, and that's saying a lot because every race in these so far has been intense. With I think every race has had several lead changes, so it's something to keep your eye on. There's plenty of room to race here, but it is still a very tough track because you do have to slow down a lot in these corners, despite it being a 3/4 mile long track. But you build up so much speed on the straightaway here, you have to really be careful getting into the turn, especially as it gets slicker. So that's something to watch for too as the night goes on, especially around dash time.
Alright, so we'll have your heat number 2 line up here, starting on the pole in car number 18. It's going to be Austin Simmelman. To his outside, the 16 of Dylan Simmelman. Out of position 3, the 9 of David Heileman. Out of position 4, the 5 of Rusty Kruger. Out of position... Kruger out of 4 in the 5 car. Britton Roxbury out of position 5 in the 421. Trevor Royer in car 90 will start position 6. At position 7, the 20 of Jonathan Smith. Skylar Brown on the 21 out of position number 8. And Garrett Niebrugge in car 19 riding shotgun at the back of this field in position number 9. So 18 cars signed into the pit area this evening. We'll take another top 3 from this heat, put them into the redraw for the Trophy Dash, and the rest of the guys will be lined up from their finishing order. So very important for these guys to get up as far as they can and get into that redraw dash here later on, Howard.
Yeah, for sure. And I just want to know, who are you taking in this heat race with the two Simmelmans on the front row and Holloman in third as we get ready to go?
I'm going to go with Austin simply because of the fact that I think Dylan's going to bin it, or he's going to bin someone else. Maybe Holloman might get some revenge after that Charlotte about a month ago. But who knows? We'll see here in just a moment. We're already 3 wide off of turn number 2 right now. And the battle is on for the minor place. You throw the 5 of Rusty Kruger in there, battling with Heilemann and Dylan Simmelman. Now Simmelman, Dylan up top of the racetrack above David Heilemann. Heilemann down low. There was almost contact off turn 2. And now here comes Kruger in the 5 on the outside. And we've got, don't count out Britton Roxbury or Trevor Royer as well. Couple of cars around in the back. I believe it was Garrett Niebregi and maybe Skylar Brown involved in that one.
Yeah, not the week that Skylar Brown was looking forward to after how he started last week, but you know, it's a 25 lap feature tonight, so he'll have plenty of time to make his way up through there, especially on this big track. But on that initial start, Dylan Simmelman got a little bit too high in turn 1 and 2, I believe, and that pretty much gave Austin, his older brother, the win right out of the gate if he can hang on. But right now they're pretty spread out too. We might have a battle coming up here between Kruger and Heilemann though. As Heilemann gets up on 3 wheels and makes it stick, he's going to go through the grass here.
Kruger up to position 3, and at the moment he's got himself a spot in tonight's redraw, Jas. However, he'll be able to pick the last number if he's able to hang on, but I tell you what, Heilemann's not going to give it up that easy. You know, Heilemann wants to be in the redraw, Jas, for tonight to secure a minimum of a 6th starting position. Now Britton Roxbury in the 421 presses the 9 of David Heilemann down the back straight away into turn number 3 and 4. We go Austin Simmelman, a big lead over a second lead from younger brother Dylan Simmelman in second. Third is still Rusty Kruger. Now, well, here comes Heilemann to the inside with a side job.
Yeah, they're heating it up, and Heilemann's got an interesting setup. He's the only car I've seen so far that's going up on 3 wheels sometimes into the corner, and it seems to have a lot of traction though, and he should eventually work by Kruger, but now I don't know, because now Roxbury is tucked in behind Kruger and has that momentum on the high side, and he just gives it all back. Oh, and a big slide job. That wasn't really clear, and look at Roxbury past both of them.
Yeah. Heilemann doing the impression of Dylan Simmelman at Charlotte a couple of weeks ago. But unfortunately, it didn't work out for David Heilemann. Now, Rusty Kruger and Heilemann still side by side. We come to the white flag this time by. One more lap around the USA International Speedway. Kruger only put the big don't argue on Heilemann, but Heilemann only gave his own bit of a don't argue back as he was able to get back up to position number 4. But out for turn number 4, here we go. Austin Simmelman in calibrating, he gets the win. Second, Dylan Simmelman. Third is going to be Britton Roxbury. Fourth is going to be David Heilemann. Fifth went to Rusty Kruger. Trevor Royer home in 6th. Garrett Niebregi in 7th. Skylar Brown in 8th. And Jonathan Smith rounding out the field here in heat race number 2. We'll take a short little break. We get the drivers in for tonight's redraw dash, and we'll get those guys, and well, we'll have the redraw coming up next.
Final time here. This will be it. Anthony LaPresto has one more time, and boy, he goes down low and he sends it into the turn. He's going to try it and see if he can't contact between the top 2.
They're hammering, they're door to door, they're side by side. That's gonna allow Bigsby to try to pull up on the outside. LaPresto's gonna shoot it in there one more time as Briscoe's gonna drive it deep to try to block him.
Slide job!
LaPresto's gonna clear him. Crossover by Briscoe, coming down to the
slide job.
Chase Briscoe.
Yep, he did it. He got it into the turn. Chase Briscoe's going to pull it off here.
Wall, and now Casey Kerwin will be fighting with the one of Austin Carr, and he's going to go down to the bottom on a slider, 3 wide, really aggressive here from everyone, and none of them want to lift. The 07 of Howard Weaver is going to pass nearly 3 cars down that front straightaway, and he's going to get them all done with. What amazing driving from the 07 car, who's gone.
All right, we're back here on TeamVLR.com for the non-wing 360 Sprint Car Series, race number 6 from the USA International Speedway. It is our redraw dash time, so we'll bring up the drivers from tonight's top 3 in both heat races, and we'll bring up the driver of the 57 went quick time this evening. He picked up heat number 1 win. Anthony, congratulations on doing the sweep so far, but now it's all about the dash redraw. I mean, how's your car feeling out there at the moment?
Yeah, car feels good. We'll see when the track gets a little slicker how the car feels, but a little bit of loose on entry, but other than that, not too bad.
Alright, you know how this works, 1 to 6, pick a number, and this is where you'll start in tonight's dash.
3.
You'll start position number 4. I'd love to give you the pole, but I'm not about that cheating lifestyle, so good luck. Alright, we'll bring up heat race number 2 winner, Austin Silverman. Austin, congratulations on the win. You really cleared out from the rest of the field. You must be comfortable with how your car's feeling at the moment.
Yeah, it felt good there. Tried a little different line and paid off for me and didn't hear anybody. So hopefully we can keep that going here and start up front.
Alright, well, you know how this works again. Pick 1 to 6, except number 3.
I'll take number 1.
Ooh, unlucky. You will start position 6.
Alright, thanks, Brett.
Alright, we'll bring up second place finisher. That's going to be Alex Bergeron in heat number 1. Alex, you finished second behind Anthony there in the opening heat. You were close to him at one stage, but a couple little mistakes in the heat race, but still enough to be in the redraw position here on the front straight away.
Oh yeah, definitely. I didn't want to push too hard and just make it to the dash. I mean, in top 6 position to start the main, it's pretty good. So hopefully we'll start up front in the dash.
Alright, we'll get you to pick a number 1 through to 6, except the 1 or 3. So you got 2, 4, 5, or 6 left.
I'll pick 2.
You will start position 2 in tonight's dash.
And 4.
Alright, second place finisher in heat 2 was Dylan. Dylan, a little bit slow on that start and pretty much handed your big brother the win in that heat, but I mean, you were looking good out there as well.
Yeah, for sure. It's the first laps I've done at USA in a while in any car, so it took me a couple laps to get used to, and once I did, it's kind of around the same laps as Austin, so I'll take it.
Alright, so we'll get you pick a number 4, 5, or 6, and guaranteed you're going to be starting on the inside row somewhere, but where it's going to be, yeah, pick a number 4, 5, or 6.
I'll go with 5.
We will start position 3. So 1 and 5 starting positions are left open right now. We'll bring up our third place finisher in heat race number 1 was Cole Neoff, and Cole, third place in the heat race, enough to get yourself on the front stretch for the redraw here tonight. I mean, how are you feeling in the car tonight?
I did really bad in qualifying, and then I somehow went 7th to 3rd in one corner, and I guess I just held on from there.
Alright, well, you got 2 numbers left. You got 4 or 6. And would you pick one of those?
6.
Ooh, you will start position 5 in tonight's dash. Well, how about this for a bit of luck, Howard? Our final number happens to be the guy that will start on pole for tonight's redraw dash. We'll bring him up. Finished 3rd in heat race number 2. Britton, you got a little bit of luck there with Kruger and Heilemann coming together. You're able to capitalise and put yourself in tonight's redraw. I mean, how do you feel, and how do you feel about your chances winning this one tonight?
I don't know. Right now it's pretty slim. I mean, I got lucky, like you said. I wasn't probably even supposed to be in this position, so we're just gonna go out there and hope for the best. Some more luck, All
right. Well, there is 1 number left in tonight's redraw dash. It's number 4. So we'll give you a choice on picking 4. What do you reckon your chances are of picking 4?
I mean, I guess 4's gonna have to be the one.
Oh, speaking of the one, you will start on pole for tonight's dash, so good luck, and hopefully we get to chat to you later on tonight.
Awesome, alright.
Well, the final number, Howard, happens to be the guy that will start on pole, and it literally all is luck. You make your own luck here in the redraw dash, and we do have the starting lineup. It'll be Britton Roxbury on pole. Alex Bergeron will start position 2. Dylan Simmelman out of 3. Anthony Lepresto out of 4. Cole Newhoffen out of 5. And out of 6 is going to be Austin Simmelman. A bit of a change-up. Normally we're seeing a whole VLR front row, or even front 2 rows, we've seen over the past sort of 5 weeks, but a bit of a change-up here tonight.
Yeah, it's a little bit interesting with Simmelman starting 6th tonight after last week. I believe he drew number 1 or number 3. I think he drew number 1, so and he ended up winning the race. So it'll be interesting to see how he does from 6th. Of course, this is a big track, so passing shouldn't be too difficult if you got a good car, and it looked like he did in the heat race. Maybe didn't send his best setup to his little brother though.
Well, I wonder if Bergeron's on that same setup, or whether Bergeron, joke, yeah, makes his own. Alright, here we go, guys, in tonight's Dasher on track, and we're getting set to go 6 laps around the USA International Speedway here in Lakeland, Florida, for round number 6, I believe this is, for the VLR non-ring 360 Sprint Car Series. Also, Howard, you might need to edit the title because you've got VLR non-win race. You need to put the G onto that one. We'll let you get that fixed up while we're here in tonight's Trophy Dash. And Britton Roxbury leads off for turn number 2. And down the back straight away, Newhoffen on the inside of Lepresto as they make their way into turn number 3 and 4. And Lepresto going for a wild ride upside down. And we continue this one. Dylan Simmelman in position 3. Cole Newhoffen in 4. So it's VLR running 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th at the moment. But Britton Roxbury, the one guy that is putting a stop to the VLR dominance here in the 360 non-wing Sprint Car Series. Lap number 2 coming to a completion here. Bergeron looking to the inside in turns number 3 and 4, but Roxbury holding strong on the top side of the racetrack.
Yeah, Bergeron got under him there for the lead for a minute, and Roxbury was able to use the momentum of the top side to keep it going, but looks like now we're about to have a battle, maybe for second, between Dylan Simmelman and Bergeron. And speaking of Simmelman's, Austin hasn't really found his way up very much after starting in 5th there, or 6th. He's looking under Newhoffen now, but can't make it stick just yet.
Yeah, a bit tough to pass at the moment, being carried so much speed down the straightaways, and then you go into the corners, and all of a sudden you lose your momentum going into the corners, and you try and gather it back up. I mean, there's a lot of things that you have to work with, as well as trying to keep these cars straight down the straightaway, and you want to keep them as straight as possible, I believe, through the corners. As Austin having a bit of trouble trying to get around the outside of the 10 of Cole Newhoffen here. As you look up towards your top 3 right now, the white flag coming out. It's still and not going to happen. Britton Roxbury comes away with the win. Checkered flag is out here in tonight's Dash. Roxbury, we know, will start on pole. Dylan Simmelman 2nd. Alex Bergeron 3rd. Austin Simmelman, I believe, may have got Cole Newhoffen for 4th. Cole Newhoffen back in 5th. And Anthony Lepresto with the DNF flipping wildly in turns 3 and 4 on the opening lap or 2. And now we get set for tonight's main event. Don't know how many laps. I think we're going to have 30 laps here tonight.
25 laps. We're going to take a quick break because we're going to restart the stream on Facebook because I believe it's a little bit choppy. And we're going to come back and restart that. So if you're watching on Facebook, get ready to switch to the new stream, and hopefully it'll be better. But we'll be back in time for the A-main for sure.